Hey everyone, it's another week, and sadly, this was the finale of RnB Divas LA Season 1, and it was episode 8. I just have to say that this was by far one of the better reality shows episodes that I have seen across the board. This episode just went to show that you don't have to have females, black females, degrading themselves, calling each other out of their names, and just being so negative towards one another. It is possible to have a successful show, an episode, and lift one another up. It's possible, and I hope that the ratings were good for the show so that producers and TV networks can actually pick up on that so that we can get some more quality, shows to view. So, yeah, this episode, like I said, it was very good. It opens up with Claudette and Shantae. They are at Claudette's house, and basically Shantae goes over there, and she's just talking about the different nerves that she has. They're having some reservations about doing the show because, it's a big deal to put your personal life and deep-rooted things out there. That was pretty much the beginning of the show. Of course, Claudette. You know what? I'm going to be a Claudette stan because I just, like I said, and I've been saying, I want her to win. There is no reason why she shouldn't be some big superstar. She has the look. She's, has a beautiful spirit and a beautiful soul. And I also want to say that I could really tell that doing this Divalog, that name is fabulous, by the way, I can tell that it was really helpful to her because I got to see her eyes actually lighten up a little bit in this episode. It didn't look so deep. And so I really do truly feel like some weights were lifted when she did the performance in the Divalogs. But anyways, yeah. So after the Shantae and Claudette were talking, the show cuts to Fred with his fine self. I think Fred is cute. I don't know about you guys. Fred, the director that Shantae hired. Anyways, I just like him. He just seems like real cool, chill, and laid back. Like, I like when men, aren't extra loud or anything like that. They only say something when they really have to. Otherwise, they just kind of chill and let somebody else do their thing. That's just really attractive to me. But anyways, they opened up the theater for them to go in and see, how the stage was going to look and everything. And the theater was perfect. It wasn't too big, but it wasn't so small. And let me tell you, if you went and you watched the Not Your Mama logs with Kelly and Dawn, it looked like they were in, I don't know, somebody's basement, and it looks like they went to the Dollar Tree and they had, you know how you buy the little plastic tablecloths? It looks like that, or some different color saran wrap was taped on the wall, and then they just had the camera on them. I'm just saying that it looked ghetto. So, whatever. Anyway, so the stage, it was beautiful. The auditorium was really nice. And then while they're there, going through everything and looking at everything, Mo gets a text and shades the entire mess out of Kelly and Dawn's pictures. So she gets a text with the billboard of Kelly and Dawn doing their own separate thing. And then Mo was like, Dawn doesn't even look like that. And it was funny to me. Little Mo, she makes so many little snarky, snide side comments, which I am here for. I live for it. So, yeah, the only person that was really pressed about the fact that they were doing something was Little Mo, and Claudette touched on it because Kelly and Little Mo, apparently they had a relationship outside of this show and they were close. And I can understand that too. There is nothing like a person who acts brand new. Like, you guys don't really know each other. I hate when people do that, so I can understand Little Mo's frustration as far as that goes. So the next time we see them, it is the day before the show. Yeah, they're at a studio rehearsing. And then Shantae, she stops the rehearsal and she gets really upset. And she's upset because it's the day before the show and the musicians don't even know, her music. or it sounds like they didn't know Claudette's songs. It sounds like the only song they knew was Michelle Lay's, and of course they knew Little Mo's because Little Mo's husband is the MD. And in my opinion, Lil Mo was probably making sure that all her stuff was together. So Shantae, she's freaking out about it, and yeah, that's pretty much what that was. We got to see that aggressive side of Fred come out, like, look, we need to get this together. Y'all need to calm down. If you want to do this, do this. If you want to do that, do that. But at least figure it out and relax. Yep. So that was that. And then we cut to opening night, and the ladies are walking the red carpet. And Candy from Sweet Addictions TV, I don't know if you guys know who that is, but she is a YouTuber who has a very popular channel, and she also goes and she does interviews. And so it was pretty cool to see her on the show interviewing them. I thought that was fresh. So yep, it cuts to that, and then they go into their dressing room, and Shantae is nervous, and I can relate to Shantae. I'm the type of person, when I'm getting ready to do a show or sing or whatever it is, any type of event where there's going to be a lot of people or it requires something of me, I don't like to talk before. And it's not because I'm being deep or anything like that, but it's because I really like to gather myself and gather my thoughts. And I need just me quiet time. And so Shantae, you could tell that she was kind of irritated because the ladies were kind of joking around and playing around. And she just wasn't here for it. But she played it off really well. So she was nervous. And then Claudette, she was getting fitted for the first half or something like that, and the stage director, you know, she tells the stage director that she probably isn't going to be doing the second half, which was her really deep part of the show. And the ladies are, you know, everybody basically is just freaking out. So then we actually get to the Diva Logs, which were amazing. I just have to say they did a stellar job. It wasn't overly dramatic, but it was just enough. The music was good. Them ladies was singing. I mean, all of them. Well, Michelle A, I don't know. But I like her, and I was here for her performance anyways. So anyways, the ladies go out and they do their thing. It opens up with Shantae. And Shantae's story is the one that I can actually relate to the most. I know it's not common nowadays, but I grew up with two parents. I grew up with a mom and a dad. And my dad has always been big on being a good husband, not just, you know, it's just the things that he did and the way that he continues to treat my mom. It has always set the standard for me for, like, at minimum, you have to meet my dad's standards because, you know, my parents, they've been married for like 31 years, and that is what I'm looking for. I want longevity, but I want to be in love. And so pretty much Shantae was telling the story about how she, you know, used to look at her parents and how they interacted with one another when she was little. And then she talks about how she has gotten into some relationships that she has in search of what her parents have. And I can kind of sort of relate to that. I haven't put myself in probably as severe of situations as she has, but I definitely can relate to wanting to be in love and wanting what my parents have. But because of that, where I think we might differ is I'm not so willing to just, I don't know, I don't talk to people. Like, I don't give people the time of day. And I'm working on it. My friends, my mom, she's like, you'll never meet somebody if you don't give them a chance. There's no such thing as a perfect man, and all that other crap that she said. Well, it's not crap. All of the other things that she says, which are true. But I just feel like if you can't provide, if you can't do the things that my dad does at minimum, then you have nothing to offer me, because I already have that. Like, you need to actually bring something to the plate, because I'm bringing something to the plate, and I know what I want, and I know what I want to last. So this isn't about me, though. Anyways, Shantae did her thing, and then she sang at the end of her performance, and she did like this jazz song, which was really beautiful. Then we cut to Little Mo, a.k.a. Cynthia. Little Mo is just, she's so real, and I love that about her. Like, she's just gonna be herself, and she's just gonna give you who she is. And little Mo is like at 100 all the time. She is ready to go there. And so, her basic thing was she was talking about how, she was talking about Cynthia, and then she was talking about little Mo, and how it's like the two versus one another, and how little Mo, who is this persona, you know, the superstar, how she kind of has dimmed Cynthia, who is her real name, has dimmed her light. And yeah, she did her thing talking about that. And I could relate to that too. I think the ladies did a really good job at being relatable to everyone, regardless of if you're going through the situation or not. So she did her thing, and I thought that was pretty amazing. And I get it. It's like we get so caught up living our lives, and we get so focused on whatever our goal is that we kind of push who we really are on the inside. We push that down, and it's easy to get totally consumed with a situation that you forget yourself and you forget who you are. And sometimes that's why you have to surround yourself with people who can bring you back to reality so that you don't forget where you came from. And that's what Little Mo's story was. That's how I, related it to my life, at least. Then it cuts to probably the saddest one, which was Claudette. I don't even want to really go into it just because I've never been through something like that, thank God. But I don't know how, rape is so serious to me. And I know so many people who have been raped, and I know what it does to them. And so when she told her story, I understood why it is that she's so sad, or she just has that hopelessness look that she used to have. So pretty much she was young, like 14, and she was brutally attacked and raped, and it kind of, stayed with her, and she would put herself or allow herself to be in relationships and situations, and the way that she would justify it is by saying, well, it's not as bad as the past situation or the past relationship, or he's not raping me. And so it's like that's kind of set the stage for her life up until the point that she's at now. That was her story, and then she sang, and she's just so cool. I just really love her, and I'm glad that she was able to get that off of her chest, and it took real strength, and it took real boldness. I'm not sure if I could ever, I don't know, tell somebody that, but I'm glad that she did, because I'm sure that there were, and I read comments of people who have gone through and been through that stuff, and they said that it really helped them to see her give her testimony about that. Then we get to see Michelle A. Michelle A is hilarious. But what she does is she uses humor to kind of conceal what's really going on. And she talked about suicide, which is so serious. And basically she just says, she felt like she was bad with everything, and that she wanted to kill herself, and she attempted to. And so, but she still incorporated humor throughout it. So, yeah, that was Michelle A. You guys, it was a good performance, and I hope that they take it on the road. I certainly would see them. I mean, I live in the Pacific Northwest, in between Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington, so I'd probably have to drive to Seattle, because I doubt that they would come to Portland, but, this was just a great show. Kelly and Dawn were not missed, and that's pretty much what I have. So thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.